everybody. I'm just going to jump on here and chat a little bit today about a little series that I want to do. If you guys kind of watched our other video, you know that we are out of town for a few days, and there's pros and cons of that. We do have to leave for work, and so we hate being away for a few days, but I wanted to do a series of what we're going to be planting, what we're going to be experimenting with, what we're going to have. So I thought now would be a great time that we can go over certain categories of things each day, and that should be pretty fun. Today I plan to go over peas and beans that we're going to be doing, and so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that, and talk about some of the ways that we plan to grow them and all those kind of things. So let's get into it. I've got a little tripod thing I'm trying out and a little remote clicker, so we'll see how it goes. A little something new. Okay, so we can start with peas. Peas are not something that is like our number one go-to. I like them, and my son likes some. Braxton likes some. Robert's not a vegetable guy, but these made the cut. Let me bring it in here, see if I can get it clear up. These are the sugar peas, and everybody likes these except for Robert, and we plan to have a lot of these. Any excess we'll go ahead and put up on part of our sale. Last year we did sell some, and we are going to be selling this year, so we're very excited about that. These are delicious. We just ate so many of them fresh that, you know, we never tried anything new. I know that you could, you know, slice them all up. You can cook them very briefly to add over top of, you know, a little flair to a salad or something, but we just ate them pod and all. The next one, those were from Baker Creek. These are from Haas, and these are, can I get it? Can I get it clear? These are the green arrow peas. Let me adjust my light there. Okay. These are the green arrow peas, and these are the peas that will be doing some freezing and canning. Even though I don't like them, I still stick peas in where I can. We still have, you know, some certain casserole things, and I like to stick them in there, or just make a small bit of them for myself because I like them just with a little bit of pepper. The real star of the show is the beans. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to preface this with, I'll reference Jess from Roots and Refuge. One of her, a lot of things that she does in her videos are gardening. She's been gardening for many years as well. Is to experiment, try new things, get out there, defy the odds with gardening. That being said, she, in her last video, you know, she did that too, especially with the cold snap, the Arctic blast that came through. A lot of things that she thought weren't going to make it because that's, you know, what would be the standard, they did. You know, things do defy the odds. Depends on if they're acclimated or not, the conditions, what have you done, what are they direct, are you trying to mess with transplants? Everything's so different. So I just encourage everyone to try new things, do new things, and don't get so hung up on the black and white, one side or this other side, and there's no in between, no gray area. I encourage everyone to try. I've said multiple times throughout our social media as well as our other videos about trying new things, doing new things, and we were going to be experimenting a ton this year because, you know, that was our primary thing. You know, with the land, we made sure we had a lot of room that we could grow things here and there and everywhere, and that's what's, you know, that's very important to us. So some things, will they fail? Absolutely. Will some things be a huge crazy crop and some things nothing? Again, yes. And that's just what happens. You can't, you could have pests come and take it out. You could have, Mother Nature. You could have done anything. Maybe you forgot to water one. I mean, it really could just be anything. And so there's so much risk already. If you want to experiment with something, I encourage it. I say, why not? And in doing so, I'll touch more at the end of this video on some things that we'll be doing that's a little bit different. We will talk about our pole beans first. So, and some of these I will not try to butcher the name. Just not going to try to butcher them because I'm horrible at that. But we got these from Baker Creek, and can you see these? These are beautiful. Even though the color will cook out, still just growing, they're just going to be so beautiful. It tells you on these packets, it's so great. Up here in this section, it tells you about it. That it says they're purple pods, they stay tender even when they're huge. They're tolerant to the mosaic virus. They give you this little snippet, and then they give you the planting instructions, but then also still down the side they give you even more planting instructions, and are they cold-hardy or they're not. They're just so informative. I really like that about these seed packets. I will say other seed packets, we'll just use these as an example from Haas. It's just very, very basic. Very basic. Just simply plant in spring or fall, 1 inch, space them 2 inches, 6 days to maturity. Very simple. And I know some people are new gardeners and then they're like, okay, well, what do I do when something like this tells you exactly when to direct seed it? So you can get more information on things like Haas, and there's some others that didn't have that. You can get that information by going to wherever the website is. You got it, and you can typically find the planting information below. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and do these on a cattle panel arch, and I'm very excited about those because we have not trellised like that before on cattle panels. So this year we are going all in and doing a lot of cattle panels. So I'm pretty excited about that. And these are the Cherokee Trail of Tears beans. I'm very excited about these. These were out of stock for a long time, so I'm glad that I got to snag these. I'm just really excited about these. We're going to use these as a dry bean. You can use them as a snap, but we're going to be using them as a dry bean. So these are the only two that I have that are vining. As far as, needing the trellis, I am going to go ahead and put them both on arches, not in the same area. This one is going to be in the garden that's closest to the greenhouse that is going up now. And these are going to be on the south side of the property, which we call the top half, but it's actually the south part of the property. They'll be over there arched in that garden. So, be pretty separate. Now, we also used Mary's heirloom seeds. Very clean packaging. Again, though, it tells you the name. It tells you how many's in it. It tells you when it's packed. It tells you, just a little bit about them, but it does not tell you the instructions exactly on these. I did look these up just to make sure that I was correct. I do have guides and things at home, but just to be sure. So one that we got was pinto beans, and it doesn't clear up very well because this is using my forward-facing camera on my phone versus having like a actual GoPro or something, which we will be getting. I just can't afford it right now, so bear with me. I hope that, see if I bring it a little bit closer, you can see it. We do eat a lot of like the refried beans and things. So even though you can eat these when they are smaller and green, we will actually be using these as the dry pinto beans so that we can have some storage there. We like to, Braxton especially really likes this. He likes this as a side dish. So we definitely always want to have these around. The next is the light red kidney bean. And we were really excited about these because we do have, believe it or not, we do eat a lot of chilies and things like that. And this is just a great way to have those always on hand. Beans are awesome for us because, so we are using them as an excellent source of having, you know, a good protein there instead of you know, there could be a meat issue or anything like that. Beans store really well. They last for a really long time. This is just going another step into being prepared and being self-sufficient and having things there we can utilize the beans, and any excess that we do have, we will be selling after our needs are met. Then we have superfood. This is Lima Beans, and we'll be sneaking these everywhere I can. They are superfood. Matter of fact, I think I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's 1 cup of these is, you know, packs like I think your daily iron requirement or something. I have to look up on that, but very excited. We like things that we can just add in. I will note here that you know, we've had some interesting talks with people. I don't think they were purposely being, you know, rude or anything, but they noticed, you know, possibly a bit overweight for us. And I don't really want to address that here on the channel, but it's just something that's been always worked on. It has nothing to do with, you know, there's people that are throughout all walks of life, profession, whether they're in the city or the country or another country, or they live in a cave. You know, it doesn't matter on all that. What matters is that there is progress moving forward. We actually do care, you know, what goes in, and most of the time we are eating, you know, healthy whole foods. There is some health things there. So hopefully that, you know, we'll clear up here over, you know, a few years. But we have had some pretty offhanded things about just being shocked that we do garden and we do love vegetables so much given circumstances, and that is completely unrelated. So I would just encourage people to not even bother leaving comments like that down below, because it's just a waste of time. It's just not even nice. So you know, I want to pop that in there because, you know, we are aware of superfoods and we do eat them, and we do care about that, and we have changed quite a bit of things over the years within reason. So moving on, we have a few more. So these are also from Baker Creek, and these are the dragon tongue bush beans. My son was really excited about these, which is funny because in their description, it says it's a children's garden favorite. He saw these and just immediately was very excited about these. These are a bush bean, so we won't be, you know, trellising them or anything like that. We will go ahead and put these in just to support in the bed. So I think we're just gonna try, like, we want to try these, but they're not going to be like the primary that we have. These seeds specifically, they're a little bit higher, and so we're not going to plant them all at once, and we will save some seed from these. The Bush Lake, these will be the ones that we do plant quite a few more of. We will sell the excess of everything that we grow, but these will be what we're trying to can and freeze and preserve for us. This is what we really, really like. These did awesome last year, especially when they got just creamed with the Japanese beetles, and still produced so many and came back like a snap. So these will probably forever be in our garden. We'll definitely be saving from these. I had multiple packs, and we saved some, and so we'll definitely keep saving this year. The other thing that we really like is these wax beans. Want to can them, freeze them, everything. We just love them so much. I do have two kinds. I have one from Baker Creek, which I will be saving seed, and then I have these that I want to try, and these are from Burpee. And so I'm very, very excited to see. They're a little bit different. These are the Garden Bean Cherokee wax. These are the Golden Butter wax. I just want to see. One of these will be down on the opposite side of the greenhouse garden, and then these ones will be up the other garden. Last but not least, if I had my way about it, but I had to start buying beans because we have so many. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce these. Let me see if I can clear that for there. Maybe. Oh yeah, but aren't they beautiful? Very, very beautiful. And these are what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe it's on here. Also a bush bean, and I don't know where I was going with that. And a shell bean. But it says that you can, their striped young pods are good for snaps. I've never heard of these before. Never tried them. Excited to try them, but never tried them. So we'll see. I think I'm going to do these like these. Where we just try and see, and not put too much pressure on it. Now these guys will be going in pretty quickly. I'm going to try some in the greenhouse and some out of the greenhouse, and we're just gonna let nature take its course there a little bit. And we'll just see what happens instead of, counting down the bars. The beans, of course, will be much later, but we're going to try with the peas. I'm thinking we'll go over this week the grains that we've been getting. Definitely tomatoes, definitely our peppers, sweet and hot, for sure. Definitely going to go over the cucumbers because we have a crazy amount of very, very, very cool ones that we're going to be doing. And I think I'll probably pair those up with the grain video. So keep an eye on that. I don't want it to be like all inclusive of absolutely every single thing we're doing, but I know that those are, the main ones. I will do probably a melon pumpkin as a little bonus. So we're looking at cucumber grains, tomatoes, pumpkins and melon, peppers. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to go over. I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys are too. I started with beans and things because that's what I've been very excited about. I just love them so much. We go through so many of them, but I think you're going to find that I've got some pretty cool stuff and some things maybe you'd never heard of, or some things that you grew. How did they do? Anything like that, I'd love to hear. We are going to be doing a mix, if you haven't seen any other videos, of some container gardening. We will be doing that in the baby pools. That worked well. So we'll be doing that again. The 5-gallon buckets, grow bags, raised beds of various kinds in the greenhouse and out of the greenhouse. And we will have another greenhouse set up in the future before next, hopefully before the fall's planting. We'll see. And we will be heating one greenhouse, so that'll open us up to some things. And with that all being said, hopefully during this whole week you'll get to see a little bit of what we're doing, and we'll talk a little bit more about things we're going to try and do. I will throw in a snippet about corn here. I did 2 things. One, I am going to try various corn. Yes, I know that it has to be X amount of feet. Some people say 200 feet, some say 500 feet, some say 600 feet. I mean, you know, crazy amounts, but I will be spacing them about 500 feet apart and giving that a go. 2 that I'm most excited for. One is the glass gem. Got from Baker Creek. Extremely excited about that. I always say I'm extremely excited because I'm always extremely excited. But also, I found a container corn that you can do. It's a on the deck hybrid that you grow in buckets or a grow bags type situation. That's something that my son was excited about as soon as he heard about that, and we're definitely going to be doing that. So, one last thing before I pop off here and see you guys tomorrow is this. This is America's Most Wanted Recipes, Favorite Restaurant Edition. My grandma gave this to me, and she thought that since we grow our own food, and you know, the point is to not go out to eat or anything like that, she thought it would be nice if she gave me this book that is full of all different kinds of restaurants recipes that you can make at home, so that I would know how to make their recipes but use it with our homegrown ingredients. And I thought that was very cool. It's got quite a bit in it. Just for a snippet, looks like, you know, they've got stuff from Applebee's, Arby's, Boston Market, Carrabba's, the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, Macaroni Grill, it just goes on for those almost 4 pages. And they have, for example, Starbucks. And they have a gingerbread loaf or things like that. And since she knew we were going to be trying to do some things such as some of the tropical fruits and things in our heated space, we will be doing some indoor-outdoor potted dwarf trees such as the Meyer lemon. She knew that we were going to be having quite a few grapevines. So there's a lot of fruits and that are going in, and a lot of vegetables, and she knew that we would be raising our own meat again and doing all those things. And so she thought this would be very cool to be able to recreate those recipes at home as if you were going out, but with your healthy homegrown ingredients. So I just thought I would share this book. I'm not sure where she got it, but just if you're interested, just thought it was very neat. Thank you guys for sticking around today. Really appreciate it. love chatting. I get really wrapped up in the garden and can talk for days, but I won't. So I will see you guys tomorrow with another video about what we'll be growing, and every video will be a little bit different when I dive into a little bit more of our plan. So thanks for sticking with me. Please like and subscribe. Have a good night.